Pathshala. In this video, we are just going to cover the topic Galvanic cell. Yes, the topic is Galvanic cell. And the previous video we had covered electrochemical cell. So those who had not watched the video, just go back to the previous video and watch electrochemical cell and come back to the galvanic cell video to have better understand. So friend, just have a quick look about all topics once again. The first topic is electrochemical cell, second is galvanic cell, next is non-stick equation, next is conductance of electrolytic solution, next is electrolytic cells and electrolysis, and next is batteries, next is fuel cells, next is corrosion. Among all these topics, we have covered the first one, and now we are going to cover the second one, galvanic cell. What is a galvanic cell? Galvanic cell is first of all a device. Yes, galvanic cell, first of all, it is a device. It is one type of electrochemical cell, or you can say that galvanic cell is a device, and it is one type of electrochemical cell. And we all know that electrochemical cell is a device which can convert chemical energy to electric energy. So galvanic cell can also convert chemical energy to electric energy because it is also an electrochemical cell. So galvanic cell is a device which can convert chemical energy to electric energy, and during this process redox reaction is taking place simultaneously, and we should note that the reaction should be spontaneous. The reaction should be spontaneous. So galvanic cell is a device which converts chemical energy to electrical energy during redox reaction. So friend, what is a redox reaction? There is a question. So redox reaction is mainly a reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place. So there is an example where Zn or zinc reacts with Cu plus 2, give rise Zn plus 2 and Cu. In this reaction, both oxidation and reduction takes place. So it is a redox reaction. So there is a setup or device in which we can use this redox reaction to perform this conversion, chemical energy to electric energy. And this function or this setup where this reaction will work is an example of galvanic cell, and it is given in the next slide. So let's see. So friend, from starting we are just saying that galvanic cell is a device, galvanic cell is a converting device, or etc etc. But we don't say that or we don't study about the construction and the structure of this device. So this is the time when we have to study the construction of galvanic cell. It's a very important and just a very good topic also. So have a look about this diagram. This picture is a basic or simple galvanic cell. In this picture you can see that there is two beaker, and this beaker is known as half cell, and this beaker contains some electrolyte or solution or electrolytic solution. This solution is known as electrolytic solution, and these are the two electrodes, and these are some wires, and this is a key, and this is a galvanometer, and this is a bridge. We all know that two things are joined by bridge, and bridge join two things. Here also bridge doing this work, same work, it joining two beakers, so it is also known as bridge. And overall it has a name named as salt bridge. We are going to study about salt bridge also, but now have a complete look about this structure. So repeating once again, it has two half cell, two electrode, one salt bridge, key, wire, galvanometer. Actually, galvanometer is there to detect the flow of current. In the further, we just know that the direction of current is like. Okay, so just see what are the basic needs to construct a galvanic cell. We need two half cell, yes. Two electrode, yes. Electrolytic solution, yes. Salt bridge, very important, yes, it is very important. Galvanometer, yes. Key, wire. So friend, just see that two half cell. So friend, two half cell, what does it means? So friend, just have a look once again. These are two half cell. I have written that it is zinc half cell, it is copper half cell. So I have written zinc and copper. So what does it mean? I have specified that it is a zinc half cell and it is a copper half cell. So it means the half cells which contains the electrode of zinc metal. The beaker or half cell which contained the electrode of zinc metal is known as zinc half cell, and the beaker or half cell which contain the copper electrode will known as copper half cell, and the half cell copper half cell or zinc half cell is contains the electrolyte according to the electrode. It means if my electrolytic solution is copper sulfate, so my electrode should be copper because here the metal is copper. If my electrolytic solution is zinc sulfate, then the electrode is zinc or it is made up of zinc, because we should detect the metal, then we use the electrode of same metal. So then also this device will work properly. So the half cell is specified as that metal in which it contains the electrolyte or electrolytic solution. Okay, so here two electrodes. What is electrodes? Electrodes are the two metallic plates. Okay, electrodes are two metallic plates. Here the electrodes are used in two beakers, and the electrodes are made up of same metal which is used in electrolytic solution. Next, electrolytic solution. We all know about the electrolytic solution which can conduct electricity or which can forms or gives ions. And salt bridge. We discussed about salt bridge at last. Galvanometer. Galvanometer is used in that part to detect only the flow of current or the direction of flow of current, and useful of the key. What the use of key? It not that much use, but it is useful because by using key we can stop or open the circuit or the flow of current. And the wire, simply wire also needed to fulfill a circuit. So now the time to study about the salt bridge. So friend, just have a look the salt bridge, and we are going to have a complete detail about salt bridge, and it also a very important topic. So friend, now we have to study the salt bridge. Yes, we all see that salt bridge is an inverted U-tube like structure. Yes, salt bridge is look like inverted U-tube like structure. It's look like U and it's a tube. So U-tube like structure. It's like U and it's a tube which can connect to beaker. So it is the salt bridge which connect to beaker or half cell, and this salt bridge is inverted U-tube-like structure, and this salt bridge contains inert electrolyte. What does it means? The salt bridge, in the inner part of salt bridge, some electrolyte will present. What electrolyte? And the electrolyte must be inert. So friend, it is much important that the salt bridge contains electrolyte, but it should be inert. What does it means? It means if the half cell contains zinc sulfate and copper sulfate, so the electrolytes should not contain any. So the salt bridge should not contain any electrolyte which has these ions such as Zn SO4 minus, Cu plus 2. This type of ions should not be present in the electrolyte present in salt bridge, because salt bridge contains inert electrolyte. So the electrolyte present in salt bridge contains different ions. Why it occurs as like? Because if salt bridge contains electrolyte which has same ions as the half cell, then the electrolyte of the half cell and the salt bridge will react, so the device will not work properly. So the electrolyte of salt bridge and half cell should be inert, so the reaction between the electrolyte of salt bridge and the half cell will not occur and the device will work properly. Now salt bridge connects the half cell. So what does it works? It connects the half cells. It connects the half cell. Yes, it connects the half cell. So it complete the connection or circuit. So half cell complete the circuit. It completes the circuit. And the main use of salt is that it maintains the neutrality of the solution of the electrolyte. Salt bridge maintain the neutrality of the solution or the electrolyte. It means the electrolyte present in the half cells have neutral or neutrality, which is maintained by the salt bridge. How it works? Because we know that in this device a redox reaction taking place. It means in both beaker one reaction taking place simultaneously. It means in this half cell oxidation is taking place and simultaneously in this half cell reduction is taking place. So where the oxidation is taking place, the electron is going from that half cell, or the electrons are exiting from this half cell. So the salt bridge provide electron to maintain the neutrality, and the half cell in which reduction taking place, it accept the electron. So the extra electron will be neutralized by the electron of what? Salt bridge or ion of salt bridge. So salt bridge act as the neutral factor, or it maintain the neutrality of the electrolyte present in the half cell. So these are the main points of salt bridge. So now we are going to discuss the function. The function of what? Galvanic cell. The function of galvanic cell. We are just going to discuss about what is the function of a galvanic cell or basic galvanic cell. So we can see that this is a basic galvanic cell which contain zinc half cell, copper half cell, zinc electrode, copper electrode, and salt bridge galvanometer key. We know that in this device a redox reaction takes place, which means both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. So in zinc half cell oxidation takes place, and in copper half cell reduction takes place. So the oxidation reaction which occurred in zinc half cell is shown as like this. The zinc electrode present in zinc half cell undergo oxidation reaction to produce electron and zinc ion. So the zinc ion produced by oxidation reaction in the zinc half cell helps in increasing the zinc ion concentration in the electrolyte. So during this reaction or oxidation reaction, the Zn+2 or zinc ion concentration will increase in the electrolyte, and during this oxidation reaction electrons are removed from the zinc electrode, and these electrons are moved to the other half cell or copper half cell. So the copper ion present in the electrolyte will accept the electron which is removed by the oxidation reaction and by the zinc electrode. So this is known as redox reaction or accept of electron. So redox reaction look like the copper ion accept the electron to form copper or pure copper. So the electron which is removed by the oxidation reaction is accepted by the copper ion in the copper sulfate electrolyte, and it forms pure copper, and the pure copper formed during reduction reaction will be deposited at the copper electrode, and these are the pure copper. And we know that in the oxidation reaction electrons are ejecting or removing just gradually, so the mass or so the electrode will decay gradually, just like that. This portion will just decay, and after when the oxidation reaction go further, the all the electrode will decay completely, and here the pure copper will formed. Okay friends, this is the basic function of a galvanic cell, and during this function we can see that the copper ion concentration will decrease. How? During this process the copper ion present in the electrolyte will accept the electron removed from the oxidation reaction, and it forms pure copper. So in the electrolyte the copper ion amount will be decreased due to this redox reaction. So this reaction contains both oxidation and redox reaction. So in one half cell or in zinc half cell the concentration of zinc ion is increasing, but in the copper half cell the concentration of copper ion is decreasing. It is very important. What's the function of the salt bridge in the working of galvanic cell? We know that this is the salt bridge. This is salt bridge, a inverted U-tube like structure. So what is the function of this salt bridge in the working of this galvanic cell? We know that during the oxidation reaction electrons are removing from the zinc half cell, and we also know that the salt bridge helps in maintaining the neutrality. We know that the electrons are removing, so it has to be, the salt bridge has to be send the electron or negative ion of the electrolyte of salt bridge to this half cell. It means when the electron will remove from zinc half cell, the salt bridge will send the negative ion. Mean if the salt which contain the potassium cyanide, it will send the cyanide ion, which helps in the to neutralize this setup. And in the copper half shell, the electron are coming. It means that in the copper half shell, redox reaction are taking place. So the amount of electron in copper half shell will increase, but to maintain the neutrality, the salt bridge has to send some positive ion or positive ion to neutralize the setup. So it sent just potassium ion to the copper half shell to maintain the neutrality. Okay? So friend, now we have known the function of a galvanic cell. Now we have to know how the electricity produced from this galvanic cell. In first, we have known that this galvanic cell work as a converting device which convert chemical energy to electric energy. So we have seen that in this device the chemical reaction work as the redox reaction, and from redox reaction the electron are removed from zinc half shell and they come to copper half shell through this path. So the movement of electron is shown as like this, from this. So we all know that the direction of electron is opposite to the direction of current. So if the electron are moved from this direction to this direction, then the current will be flow in the wire in this direction. So the galvanometer will deflect to this direction. So it shows the current is flowing from this direction. It means the electricity is produced in this device. So we can now see that the chemical energy or the energy liberated from the redox reaction now converted into electric energy. So our function and how the electricity produced in galvanic cell is now completely understood by us. Thank you.